Hey folks, and welcome to Method's testing station guide for testing station number 195, which is the poison testing station. Just running through my loadout here quickly in case anyone's interested. We're going to be running with the static needle grade 3, triple shot repeater rifle grade 2, power harness, circuit gauntlets, and X-Core leggings. And we're going to be running a headshot build for the boss today. So you can see we've taken marksman, we've got that 1 point in sabotage for the extra 5% headshot damage, and then I think it's level 14 or 15 combat and 15 or 16 crafting. And the difficulty we're going to be running today is level 10, and we're going to be doing it solo. As with the other videos in the series, I'm going to be letting the video do most of the talking. However, I will chime in with commentary where I think there's something valuable to add. Contrary to popular belief, I actually do not think that poison mitigation gear is necessary or even really useful for this testing station. The only thing I would recommend is taking the passive in one of the skill trees that gives you, I think it's 30% or 40% slower poison buildup. That's useful. But in terms of the forge gear or any other poison mitigation gear, it's really not required. You also don't need to bring a static compactor with you for this dungeon or for the final boss encounter. They changed it a lot from the PTC, so it's actually possible to go through the entire final encounter now without becoming poisoned at all. The only thing this static compactor is useful for is actually just removing the poison around that door you just saw, otherwise you have to wait 10 or 15 seconds, and that's pretty much it for the whole dungeon. If you're camping this door for the melee mob, then just be careful because the range mob will throw a grenade that will kill you if you get caught in it. I ignore most of the optional loot rooms on this run, however I do take this one door here. I think it's got one of the medium loot chests, yeah. Useful for getting the schematic patterns.
Reveal yourself.
This pillar in the middle of the room is the easiest place to kite the melee mobs to because there's no spores around it. Maybe I should have mentioned when we were talking about the loadout earlier that why I take the stunner ability that I've got hotkeyed to C right now. It is really only for the boss at the end. When the ads spawn, it allows you to stun the boss and then basically peel off and take care of the ad while the boss is still stunned. However, it is also a really useful ability for dealing with the heavy ads. You can pretty consistently get off 2 slow blade attacks after using that ability on them.
Like another slave for the herd.
Okay, so on to the boss fight. As you can see, it's a pretty short dungeon actually, up to reaching the boss, just over 5 minutes. So the first thing I would say is that there's kind of 2 bosses here actually. There's the boss Burbridge, and then there is the room or the environment. I would highly recommend spending a little bit of time when you first start the encounter, just running around, popping all of the spores, especially the spores around the side door where the ad is going to spawn at each intermission. The boss doesn't replenish the spores around the map until I think it's the start of phase 3, so running around a couple of times just gives you tons of space to play with for the first 2 phases. The other thing to mention in terms of the environment or the room here is that you really do need to make use of the trunks, whatever you want to call them, and the cylinders at the back of the room to heal, to dodge the boss abilities, or just to reposition so you can get some hits off. So the boss abilities in phase 1, he has I think 3 abilities. He has knee charge, which is quite easily dodgeable with dash, but it goes straight through your shield and does about 30 to 40% of your health. He has Eye of the Storm, I think it's called. If you're hit by that, this difficulty, you're dead instantly, but you can dash out of it. And he has a frontal cone ability as well, that you'll see a couple of times throughout the fight. Again, you just need to dash away from it. The cast time on the abilities is pretty short, so you do need to be paying close attention to dash away quickly. You can see I just got hit by knee charge there, and yeah, it's chunked my HP. So at the start of each intermission, you want to position in front of the side door where the melee ad spawns. This is why I run manipulate instability or whatever the technique's called, so I can kill the melee mob in 2 hits, and then basically have only Burbridge to deal with for the rest of the phase. Like I say, if you need to heal, just use the room. So the only other ability he gets in this phase is the poison mine that he throws at you. In this phase, in phase 2, he throws 1 mine. In phase 3, he throws 3 mines, and in phase 4, he throws 5 mines. I would recommend running by them, or sprinting by them as soon as he drops them pretty much, just to get them out of the way so you have more safe space to play with them. I do think the boss is probably easier to do with a ranged weapon than a melee, just because of the 2 instant kill abilities he's got. I mean, you can still dodge them obviously with melee, but I think it just makes the fight a little bit harder. But I think, you know, with Seethe, triple shot repeater, shell burster, perforator, I think those are all ranged weapons that would work well on this boss.
Yes! Charge me up!
On your knees. There you are.
Grenade out!
So again, just taking the time to run around the room and pop on spores makes the encounter much easier.
Got the live one.
And you can see the stun that I was talking about earlier. The reason I picked up is exactly to do that, to stun the boss if there is a mob that's active, and give us a little bit of time to deal with the mob. You can also shoot those. Since I'm using the triple shot repeater, it's not very effective, but you can also shoot the mines on the ground if you want to get rid of them quickly.
Feeling gassed.
I'm not sure if it's intended, but the boss also has that ranged attack. He very rarely uses it, but if he does, then just hide behind an obstacle and shoot him from afar until he returns to melee.
Blast you!
As with the other bosses, if you're playing solo at a high difficulty, it is definitely a test of patience. If you rush, it's easy to make a mistake. One mistake and you're dead, so just take your time.
Feeling gassed, are we?
You'll be glad to know the last phase we're about to get into is a little bit more exciting to watch.
Need another hit. Yes!
So after this phase starts, the boss is basically going to shroud the entire outer sort of area of the room in poisonous clouds, as you can see, which significantly reduces the playable space on the map. It pretty much eliminates your ability to use the obstacles that are much helpful earlier. So now you just have to clear the zone as before, and take any opportunity you can get to hit the boss. Like now, after he uses one of his abilities. When he drops the mines again, it's going to be 5 in this phase. Definitely try and pop them as quickly as possible because the playable space is already really small. That ability is just going to regrow all the spores. You need to pop them again. It might actually be much faster doing this boss with with a shotgun, but we don't have a high grade shotgun yet, so can't test that just yet. So you can see we actually are just a little bit too close to the cloud there, but luckily we get a chance to heal and remove the poison before it kills us. And that's it. I actually think this is probably the most fun boss encounter out of all 5 of them. Requires a lot of movement, but the fight also changes over the course of the encounter as well, which is quite fun. Pretty good loot here actually. Got the Seath Grade 3, really good weapon with extra headshot damage. But yeah, that'll be it for this guide. Feel free to check out the rest of our guides. We've run all the testing stations solo at level 10 to help you